Let's preview Illinois versus Missouri. Obviously, Illinois near a top 10 team in the nation at this point, so they're going to be favored in this one. I did not see any odds out for this one on the CBS Sports app yet, so there might be odds somewhere else, but that's normally where I get my odds. I didn't see any out. I think Illinois will definitely be the favorite in this one, though. Chris, let's go to you first. What are some of your thoughts going into this game with Illinois facing off against Missouri?
I definitely think, this is a game that Illinois should handle. But as it's that kind of like we talked about with some other teams, it's that weird time of year where things can be weird, especially at a neutral site, that you can kind of get tripped up, especially because, in a week and a half, they play Purdue at Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they've got Missouri, Fairleigh Dickinson, and a bipolar Northwestern in the next week. So I think it's one they should handle. And I'm looking up the odds for the game.
That's what I was trying to do too. I didn't see them either.
I don't know if there are any odds. If there are, it might be.
Let's set the line right now. Let's set the Big Huddle line at I'm going to say Illinois minus 8.5.
Is that
too much?
I was going to go to maybe 11 or 12, but 8.5 is probably more realistic.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Over under? You got an over under on that one, Kent?
Oh, that's going to be 157.5.
157. All right, look at that.
Mm-hmm. That's the line,
extraordinaire credit, Kent.
I'm really interested when it comes out to see how close I am.
Yeah. I think
we'll let you do a victory lap if you're right on the money.
But yeah, back to it. Like, I think that it's very much a game. Terrence Shannon should do Shannon things, and everybody should just be pretty solid. But man, they got to stay locked in. And being a neutral court, it makes me nervous because it just I don't even know where they're playing at. But it's just gonna be. Oh, they're playing St. Louis, Missouri. At the Enterprise Center. Okay. That said, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. It's one that they could definitely get caught looking, and it wouldn't surprise me because they should win. But I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think Illinois should win this game. It's going to be big for them to get that as well. Kent, what are some of your thoughts on this game?
I actually like Missouri a little bit in this game, not to win outright, but if it's a big spread, I'll probably bet them. And the only reason why I say that is because the two games that I've watched of theirs was the Minnesota game first. And I feel like, and not to get on a Minnesota tangent here, but I feel like Minnesota's getting even more disrespect than they deserve at this point, because I feel like they've been playing pretty tough this year. And in that Minnesota game, they had an 11.
Minnesota or Missouri?
Yeah, Missouri played Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were going to Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. They went to the barn and came back from down like 11 with like 3 minutes to go. And Minnesota totally nerfed it in that game. But other than that, though, I feel like Minnesota's a little bit stronger than what people are giving them credit for. So that was a good win. And then you look at they went to a couple weeks ago, they went to Kansas and they kept it within 10 at Kansas. I don't know how great Kansas is at this point, but it's always tough to go to Kansas and play kind of tough there. So I think that Missouri is going to be a formidable opponent against Illinois, who I have been getting, and I feel like this is anyone that has Twitter, but I have been getting so much shit. Oh, can I cuss on here? I'm sorry, dude.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've been getting so much crap about Illinois, where I had them on the power rankings this year, or this week. I had them at 5 in the Big Ten, and it's really because their best win is Florida Atlantic at this point. And I'm not going to go through their whole schedule, but I like Illinois. I just don't like that they haven't beaten the good teams that they've played so far. And I'm talking about Tennessee and Marquette, and teams like Wisconsin, for example, beat Marquette. So I think this is going to be a good game tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I think that Missouri is better than people think. Illinois might be getting a little bit too much credit, but I've been wrong lots of times on things like this. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm totally off and Illinois just blows them out tomorrow too. That's also a possibility. That's why basketball is so much fun and why I'm so looking forward to it tomorrow.
Well, Illinois has a strong weakness on their team, which is the lack of point guard. And I know Illinois fans talk about it all the time, and sometimes it really helps them in a game if the defense is not able to counter that very well, and sometimes it can also be their detriment. I felt like it was their detriment against Tennessee. Now there were some questionable calls in that Tennessee game, but still Illinois, I don't want to say gave up, but they kind of got frustrated, got down on themselves, and didn't play as well. And so for me, it just feels like this Illinois team is kind of like hit or miss sometimes. I think when Illinois is playing good Illinois basketball, they're one of the best teams in the country. I think they're a top 10 team when they're playing that well. Unfortunately, they have these sleeper games where they don't play as well, and then they turn into not even a top 25 worthy team because they're not playing together or they're getting frustrated, they're not playing well. And some of that comes back on Brad Underwood. What is he actively doing combating some of the bad, mojo or body language, whatever you want to say, with it all. I think they are more mature this year, so I think we're seeing the good version of Illinois more often than the bad. But for me, it really comes down to that. This is more about Illinois choosing to win this game or allowing themselves to lose. I give all the credit in the world to Missouri because I think Missouri is a good team. Unfortunately, it's kind of like last year. They didn't play as many people in the non-conference, so it was kind of hard to gauge them early on. But I still think, what's their coach's name? Dennis Gates? Is that the Missouri coach?
Right?
But I still think their coach is a good coach, and so I think he can get them together and playing well. It just really comes down to what Illinois team are we going to see? And I hope we see the really, really good one because that's the more fun one to watch.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for listening to the Big Ten Huddle. Please do like and subscribe. We appreciate that. If this was your first time listening, we are the Big Ten Huddle. We cover all things Big Ten football and basketball. We have a long episode every Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, all at 9 o'clock. So come in, check us out, get in the chat, let us know what you're thinking. We would love to have you join us and learn more about the Big Ten.